El fin de semana pasado, la banda británica Bastille se presentó en el Festival Corona Capital de Guadalajara y también en solitario en Monterrey, donde tuvimos la oportunidad de entrevistarlos. Esto fue lo que nos dijeron, así que quédese con nosotros. First, I would like to talk about the release of Give Me the Future.
Yeah.
And how do you feel about this release? Because you make 13 songs, and then you make
loads more, yeah.
And then you make the other people heart touch.
Yeah.
How is that? How is that for you guys? Because it feels like you never stop. Like
Yeah, we never stop.
So yeah, Dan pretty much is writing songs all of the time, and with Give Me the Future, there were too many songs that were written, like way too many, and then we made and then we cut some down, and then all of these got produced, and that was still too many for the album. So then we pulled like 6 or 7 out to make it down to 13, because that would be the most kind of concise way to get across the message that we wanted to put across for that album. But with all those extra songs, that was the complete message. But you know, we can't keep releasing albums with 19, 20 songs. That's too much.
It's also, I guess, Giving the Future for us was sort of this world, this sci-fi world that we decided to sort of live in and occupy for, you know, writing the songs, talking about the future and the present and the past. And like Kyle said, within that world we made loads. And I think just the way that people consume music now is different. You know, like, albums are so important to us. We love them, and it's really helpful creatively to be living in like a concept for an album. But I don't know. I think like people also just want new stuff all the time. So we thought it'd be interesting to do the main album and then just keep expanding on the world, like Kyle said.
Well, do you have something very special for this album? You create featuring.
Yes.
Who has the idea? Who come and say, well, we want to make a ghost, in my country it's called this way, a ghost,
a fake company. We always, every time we do an album, we think of the music and we do that, and then I guess we all sit down as a team and think about how can we make this world as interesting and nuanced and complex as possible. And I think because there's a lot about the future and about our relationship with technology, we thought it would be, you know, there's references to kind of big tech and a lot of these like huge tech companies that have such a massive impact on our lives. So we thought it would be fun to kind of poke fun at them by creating our own version of that.
But this time you take another step, because the other times you make something like a phone call. Somebody can call and hear the voice and things like that, or you made tiny pieces of the album. I remember that.
Yeah.
But in this time you make this process and you do this device.
Yeah.
But I want to ask this: if you have this device, you use it?
I don't know. I mean, like you use VR all the time.
Yeah, I think I would, because you know, like, and we talk about VR, virtual reality and stuff, and like a few of us have like kind of headsets, and I've got like different like PlayStation VR and stuff, and which I use quite a lot, it's just just kind of, you know, as technology gets better and better and better, you kind of look at ways of kind of really immersing yourself in the world, you know, like through books and stuff in your head, and then through TV, and then through games, and now through virtual reality, where you can almost completely step into a world. And then so, you know, with this device, you're kind of, you know, you're sucked inside your own head and you're actually physically there. It's
really complicated, because I guess the point of the album is like, we have all these technologies, you know, be it like technology, be it kind of VR or films or music or, you know, or video games or whatever it is, these ways to escape reality. And obviously that's really healthy. At certain times you want to get out of your own mind and out of your life, but like there's also something like fundamentally human about wanting to be present and in the moment. And I'm someone who's like really badly addicted to my phone, so I'm always half in the room and half somewhere else. And obviously a lot of people talk like mental health wise about how important it is to be, you know, be in the moment and be present. So I think we kind of wanted to play with that a little bit. Like, we're not trying to be judgmental one way or the other. Like, VR can be amazing. It can be enabling, you know, for people with likability issues, it can be completely kind of freeing, and there are so many positives, and it can be really fun. but like anything that's fun, like, you know, too much of it, you start to neglect other parts of your lives. So I think we just, I guess it's all fascinating to us, and it's all like we're all living through it at the moment. You know, since we put the album out, the leap in AI music has been huge. You know, the fact that there are now, you know, Drake and Weeknd songs that sound exactly like them. You know, you can get like Kanye to sing lullabies, and you know, when like that the fact that that happened since the album came out, you know, just shows how quickly technology is developing, and AI is becoming part of like every single part of our world, you know, whether we know it or not. And that's just fascinating. I think the point is of the album and of us, you know, we're just a bunch of idiots, but we're all living in the world and experiencing it together. And sometimes that can be really exciting, these huge leaps in technology, and sometimes it's just really confusing. Yeah. So I think, the album and everything around the album and the world we built and how we did it was trying to, you know, nod towards it, acknowledge that it's really confusing. And I guess we're all just waiting to see what happens, aren't we?
I guess I feel scary when I saw that company. I say that. I really want to say that. I feel scary. Yeah. It was like an episode of Black Mirror.
Yes.
Yeah. And I feel so scary. So these guys.
Which was like I think obviously like quite a big influence on kind of that album as well. Like amongst other things, Black Mirror was certainly.
But it's also interesting for us because when we do albums, we kind of, because they're conceptual, we live in that world when we tour it for like a year or two, and so, you know, we kind of. The album before this one was all about partying through the apocalypse. It was about a big rave night out while the world was burning outside. And so we sort of lived that for 2 years, and then we moved on to this futuristic sci-fi world that was kind of interesting, but I think we sort of finished that at the end of last year, and we've now moved on to other stuff.
It's like an actor, like doing a role and being really method with it, and sort of basically becoming the character. When we go on tour, we
live the album.
We live the album, and we play it almost every night, and so we're like. Yeah, that's really weird. I've never thought about it like that.
But what's interesting, so this year is 10 years since our first album came out. So we're doing some shows that, you know, that celebrate the first album and play the whole thing in full, which we've never done before. And so it's kind of interesting stepping out of the kind of futuristic world into our own past for a minute is quite weird. And the show that we're doing here tonight, you know, and the ones we're doing this summer, it's quite a big mix of everything. So it's been quite fun. Yeah, I don't know. I think the reason that we do concept albums is because it makes it interesting for us.
Okay,
so it means there's like defined phases in what we do.
You're talking about the 10 years about bad luck. So I remember I was in high school when Pompeii came out. And I remember Pompeii because that's a song coming to me. The first song I hear about you guys. So what do you feel about, yesterday you are in the Corona capital.
Yeah.
So what do you feel about have the same reaction of the public after these 2 years? How do you feel about the excitement?
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah. It's really weird. Like, we never get tired of playing it, and for some reason people never get tired of hearing it. So it's like it's the perfect combination. As you say, you know, kind of 10 years on from releasing Pompeii, and to walk out and to play that song and have the exact same reaction that we had back then, like maybe even bigger now, because, you know, it's amazing what that song's done, and kind of, I'm just really proud of it and us.
Oh no, it's mad. It's really surreal to have, I guess, to be able to have a song, you know, that genuinely like permeated culture, and like pretty much everyone knows that song. It's so weird. It's still bizarre, and I feel really lucky that we have it, and it's so like just, I think it's so distinctly ours as well. And every night when we play it, it's exciting. You know, even if you've had a really bad gig or if you're tired, to see that many people get, you know, light up and be excited by something is always really special.
Guys, you did the MTV Plus.
Yeah.
You made this cover.
Yeah.
You made this Come As You Are, like a cover.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, it was very daunting because it's an amazing song, but we felt so lucky to get to do an MTV Unplugged, and we thought we should tip our hat to, you know, the ultimate MTV Unplugged, which is the Nirvana one for us. So yeah, I guess. We
It
thought
was-
we'd make it totally different. You know, we put it on piano. We made it really moody and dark.
It was dangerous. It was dangerous.
But the good thing is, in order for it to be released, it had to be approved by
Yeah.
the people who were in charge of
Yeah.
Nirvana's
team.
estate. So we got the thumbs up from them. Whether they know it or not, we think. Yeah. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. That entire album was crazy. Just because obviously, you know, like like we were kind of led up to the one night, and it was recorded live and with the audience, and all their phones got taken away, and it was the first time in, I don't know, since we started where no one in the room had a phone, and so everyone was just sat. Everyone was just sat and just watching and
Like properly. Basically, it's like the opposite of the Give Me the Future stuff.
yeah.
We were releasing Give Me the Future, this album about the fact that you can escape and go anywhere. And then we did this MTV Unplugged gig where we only ever played it once. You know, even if we fucked up, it would live like that forever. And everyone who was in the room like couldn't be on their phones, and so everyone was completely present. It was like doing these two totally different things at the same time, which was really fun.
it was great.
Okay, guys, so it was a pleasure for me to talk to you about
Thank you.
Esto fue lo que platicamos con Bastille, así que no nos queda más que darles gracias a ustedes por quedarse con nosotros y a Universal Music por todas las facilidades que nos prestó para poder realizar esta entrevista. Yo soy Andrea Santa Rosa, recuerda que puede encontrarme como An, con doble N, _Santa Rosa. Mientras tanto nos escuchamos en Radio ADN 40.